Good morning, Hero Clicksers. My name's Tlish. Wake up and smell the clicks. Today we're going to be doing a Captain Marvel movie gravity feed unboxing. I guess let's get started. Don't forget to give me a subscribe and a like if you like this video. So let's start with just a little bit of a disclaimer here. I already opened a few of the packs, but I'm gonna open them up again. I didn't open all of them, so let's get started with the unboxing. So here we have Captain Marvel, it looks like. She is set number 001, so she's probably a common. She's a common. I've already seen this before. I was playing a kind of an event yesterday using Captain Marvel, so I already used her. She's pretty good. You can read her card. Okay. She's shifting focus. If Captain Marvel began your turn on the map, replace her with another character with this trait, and then that's her trait. And then her attack power is Quake. When Captain Marvel uses it after resolutions, any hit targets that didn't take damage from the attack are dealt 1 penetrating damage. So that's pretty cool. You can Quake multiple targets, and anything that has invuln or invincible or impervious, well, not invincible, but invuln or impervious would take 1 penetrating damage, even though they don't take the 2 from the Quake. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And she's pretty much a close attacker. I'm guessing that the other 100-point shifting focus Captain Marvel will be a range attacker. So this one is the close attacker, and the other one will be the range attacker. All right, let's take a look at another. We're just gonna put the pieces over here when I get them. I'm gonna stick them over here. So let's see what we got here. This looks like a Phil Coulson. Okay. Set number 009. We'll stick him in the middle there. Phil Coulson, espionage, always been a collector. Okay, so for set number 009, comes with 3 tradecraft tokens. He's 50 points. When an equipped object would be dropped or KO'd, you may remove 2 tradecraft tokens to instead equip that equipment to Phil Coulson or an adjacent friendly character. Okay, these tradecraft tokens are going to be pretty cool, I think. I'll show that for you guys. And then also that's his trait, and then his attack power is Precision Strike. Remove a tradecraft token and KO a standard object held by Phil Coulson or an adjacent friendly character. If you do, the character that was holding the object chooses a standard attack power to use this turn. So turning objects into attack powers is pretty cool. And he's got the shield team ability. Adjacent friendly characters modify range +1, which is always good. More range is always good. So there you go. Okay. Oh, there's his back. He's 50 points. Look at this one. This is looks like a Skrull Warrior. Skrull Warrior, yeah, Skrull Warrior. So there's a Skrull Warrior. Just set him right there. Secret Invasion, who do you trust? He gets shape change. Oh, when he's in hindering, he increases the result of his shape change by +1. Adjacent opposing characters can't use leadership or be carried. And he's got sidestep and stealth on all 3 of his movement clicks. And he's got exploit. He's got exploit weakness. And he's 25 points. So pretty good generic there. I really like that generic. Okay. Well, it looks like we've got a chase. Carol Danvers, Fearless. So that's gonna be the chase for this Gravity Feed. She's a title character. I played against her, and she's really good. She's a very good attacker for 75 points. I was talking to some other people because at first I wasn't really sold on her, but you know, when I played against her, she was really good. She's very good for the points. And especially that ability. So she's got title abilities. You can see her title abilities there. Okay. This one here is really good, where she gets +1, and she can shoot through shoot through elevated and blocking, and modify range +2. So that with her running shot, that gives her, she's got a 6 range. So that gives her, she can move 4. She's a 8 movement running shot, so she can move 4, boost up her range, and shoot 8. So she's got a 12 reach, and she's got leadership, and she's got pretty good stats for 75 points. She's really good, and also she has the I think she has. Does she have the No, she doesn't have any team abilities. I thought she had the Avengers Initiative team ability. That would be sick, because then she could shoot through hindering too, but that's okay. She's still really good. So she can shoot through elevated and blocking and at an 8 range. That's really good. And she also forgot to mention her other title abilities. Her other title ability is provide covering fire free this turn when an adjacent friendly character's when an adjacent friendly character hits with a ranged attack. If Carol Danvers Fearless has line of fire to the target, after resolutions you may give that hit character an action token, which is really good. Always tokening up your opponent is really good. And then for -4 or -6, her big title ability, she can be replaced with another Captain Marvel. Like, she could be replaced with this Captain Marvel, or she could be replaced with the other shifting focus Captain Marvel, or if you pay 6 points, you can replace her with the other Chase Captain Marvel from your sideline. So that's pretty cool. So let me show you the figure. Carol Danvers Fearless. There she is. And I dropped her. She's still alive, though. She's still alive. There she is. I'll put her down. So let's see what we got next. I'm hoping to get Ronin. Anybody seen previews for Ronin? Ronin's really cool, so I'm hoping to get him. Bronchar, Kree, Brute Cosmic. Bronchar. Once per turn for all characters with this trait, when a friendly character that's adjacent or has the Kree keyword is KO'd, after resolutions, you may deal 1 damage to each opposing character that was adjacent to the KO'd character. If that friendly character is both adjacent and has the Kree keyword, the damage dealt is penetrating, and he has a movement power, which is really good. Oh, so this guy's pretty decent for 75 points. He's got charge, flurry, and knockback. Lunatic. The trait is called Lunatic Legion. Sorry, the movement power is called Lunatic Legion. Excuse me. Charge, flurry, and knockback. And he's 75 points. He starts out with that big 4 damage. I like him. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool for sealed, I guess. Alright. So what we got, next one. Kree Soldier. This is another generic. You can see him right there. Kree Soldier. Kind of looks like Bron Char. I can see they have the themes going. The Kree all look alike, and the Skrull all look alike. That's cool. Good sculpts on everybody. I have to get out my Supreme Intelligence and play a some kind of a casual game with Supreme Intelligence, just leading all of the Kree into battle. There's the Kree Soldier. She's got second click enhancement, first click running shot Pensai. Once per turn, when a friendly character that's adjacent or has the Kree keyword rolls for breakaway and the result is a 1, you may re-roll that die. If that friendly character is both adjacent and has the Kree keyword, instead you may re-roll a result of a 1 or 2. Alright, so they're good at breaking away, and they are running shot, Pensai. They have willpower, and I like that second click enhancement. That's kind of cool. Alright, so that's Kree Soldier. 25 points for Kree Soldier. We have Atlas. So Atlas has a unique modifier. We'll take a look at him. Let's take a look at his sculpt. There's Atlas. He looks very much like all the other Kree. He's blue. He's like turquoise. He's got that turquoise color. He has like a mask on though. He's got like some kind of mask. Not really familiar with all these Kree characters, but I should probably go back and look in the comics and see. He's got a unique modifier. Friendly characters that are adjacent or have the Kree keyword modify defense +1 against close attacks. If that character is both adjacent and has the Kree keyword, so it's the same type of trait, they also modify defense +1 against range attacks. Okay. So if you keep all your guys together and they're all Kree, then they would get +1 against range attacks. That's pretty good. And he's 50 points. He has shape change. sidestep, precision strike, combat reflexes. He gets the rest of his dials perplex. That's pretty good. So even shape change is always good, and perplex is always good. So there's his trait on his card. Atlas. So there he is again. That's him once again. He is set number 5. All right, next one. Let's hope for Ronin. I really want Ronin. Ooh, we got Nick Fury. 50-point Nick Fury. I like that. Samuel L. Jackson. Okay, so Nick Fury starts the game with 3 tradecraft tokens. Free. Remove a tradecraft token to choose improve targeting, ignores hindering, or improve movement, ignores hindering. Nick Fury can use that ability until your next turn. Damage power, leadership. When Nick Fury or an adjacent friendly character attacks before the attack roll, you may remove a tradecraft token. If you do, opposing effects can't reroll that attack roll. Okay, that's cool. This is his card, so you can read that if you can read what it says. Nick Fury set number 4. He's got running shot, energy explosion, which is good with 11 attack. He's pretty good for 50 points. That's actually really good for 50 points. And leadership. Running shot, energy explosion, 11 attack, and leadership. That's really good for 50 points. So there you go. And this is what he looks like. He does kind of look like the this like Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction a little bit. But no, he is from Captain Marvel. And I'm really excited to see the movie Captain Marvel. It comes out pretty soon. All right, let's look at the next one. Oh, it looks like we have a Skrull scientist, but he's like clear. That's a little weird. And he's like invisible. So I'll show you the sculpt. He's an invisible scientist. We have an invisible scientist there. He's invisible. You see, you can't even see him. I have to like do that so you can see him because he's invisible. Skrull scientist. Secret invasion. We are already here. If Skrull scientist occupies hindering terrain, increase the result of his shape change rolls by +1. Okay, so it's the same thing as the Skrull. This is my second Skrull, so okay, I had Skrull warrior, now I have Skrull scientist. When an opposing character is KO'd by an attack, after resolutions you may place Skrull scientist in or adjacent to that character's square. If you do, he gains immune until your next turn. Immune. Okay, so cool. So you get to just place him adjacent or in the square of somebody that got KO'd, and then he gets immune. And then he has another trait that says free. Place Skrull scientist in or adjacent to the square of an unheld object within range, then KO that object. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So if he's if he's within range of a either a special object or just a random object, he can go and KO that object and he can also move around for free that way. So that's really good. He has 3 damage, and he has stealth, and he has 10 attack with precision strike, 17 willpower, and 3 damage with perplex. So I'll show you his card. He's got a lot there to process, but very cool little figure. And I heard from somebody that somebody told me they were like, if you, with these scroll abilities where you get +1 shape change, use that with the mirror that gives shape change that succeeds on a roll of 3 through 6, and 1 or 2 it breaks. So now if you use this, if you equip that to a scroll, it would only break on a 1. It wouldn't break on a 2, because that if you rolled a 2, that would actually be a 3 that you're rolling, because you get the +1, which is pretty cool. So let's take a look at the next one. Shake these down a little bit. They're kind of stuck in the back there. Oh, we got another Captain Marvel, the close combat attacker, the shifting focus. So we've seen this one already. Seen that one already, so I'm just gonna set it to the side. Got a double. Starting to shake up a little bit here. Looks like we have another. Oh no, this is a generic Kree combatant. I thought this was Bronchar, but this is a Kree combatant. All right, he looks like Bronchar. He's got the beard and everything. So once per turn for all characters with this trait, this is Kree Supremacy. This is the trait Kree Supremacy. Peerless Warriors. Once per turn with all characters with this trait, when an opponent character rolls to break away from friendly characters that are adjacent or have the Kree keyword, and the result is a 6, you may re-roll that die. If at least one of those friendly characters is both adjacent and has the Kree keyword, instead you may re-roll a result of a 5 or a 6. So he's 25 points also, and he is hard to break away from. So he's a little bit harder to break away from, and he's called Kree Combatant. There's the back of his card. He's got exploit, and he's very similar. He's got charge exploit, very similar to the Skrull Warrior. Here's the front of his card, and he looks exactly like Bronchar. He's got the same sculpt with the beard. He's a bearded warrior. Actually, a bearded soldier, because he's got the soldier keyword, not the warrior keyword. Let's see what we got next. We're about halfway through, because this is about, I've opened 11 pieces. All right, we have a Talos. He is a Skrull. Talos. All right. Well, he's looking good. All right. Put the mirror on him. That'd be cool. If Talos occupies hindering terrain, increase the result of his shape change rolls by +1. Adjacent opposing characters can't use team abilities. All right. And his movement power is Charge, Plasticity, Stealth, Giant Reach 2. And he's got Blade's Claws on his first 2 clicks with 11 attack. And he's got Leadership and Combat Reflexes. So, there's his card. I'll show you his sculpt in a second, but he basically looks kind of like the Skrull Warrior. A little bit different, but his clothing's a little different. There's the back of his card. He's 100 points. If he was like 75, he'd be really super. But for 100, he's cool too. Talos. And this is him. He's got that like cool outfit. So that's Talos. All right, let's see what we got. Skrull Technician. Hoping to get more Phil Coulsons and Nick Furies too. Let's see what we can get. So Skrull Technician is 50 points. He has that Skrull Secret Invasion We've Learned About You trait where if he occupies hindering, he increases shape change rolls by +1. Once per turn, when an opposing character within range would use Outwit, Perplex, or Probability Control, you may roll a d6. 5 or 6, that character can't use that power until your next turn. He moves for hindering, and he also has Outwit and Stealth and Telekinesis too. Oh, okay, very good. So 50 points for outwitting TKer. So that's good. I like that. Skrull Technician. He's got the Scientist and Skrull keyword. There's his card. And this is his sculpt. This is the back of his card. He's 50 points. So 50 points for TK, that's pretty good. Definitely consider that and sealed as a support piece. All right. We have to have a Kree versus Skrull battle pretty soon. Oh, looks like we got somebody with a sword, with 2 swords here. Korath. He's set number 19, so he's pretty high up there. When a friendly character that's adjacent or has the Kree keyword hits, after resolutions, that character may move 1 square. If that friendly character is both adjacent and has the Kree keyword, instead all friendly characters with the Kree keyword may move 1 square. Okay, so he can like move people around. That's pretty cool. He's also got the Robot and Cosmic keyword as well as Scientist. Attack power, Precision Strike. When Korath uses it, friendly characters can use Precision Strike this turn, but only to target that hit character. So everybody gets Precision Strike if you're ganging up on 1 character. That's pretty cool. He also has Enhancement and Invulnerability and Running Shot, and he's 75 points. Korath. Pretty good. I think he's a rare. Oh, not the rare I was hoping to get, but maybe he's an uncommon. I don't know. 19. He's set number 19, so it's probably a rare. There he is. Korath. He's got a cool sculpt with that sword, those swords. Let's see what this one is. Oh, we got Phil Coulson, 50 points. We already opened him up. He's set number 9. We already got one of him. It's a double. Hopefully no more doubles. Oh, another cool dude here. Cool Kree dude, Jan Rog. Set number 6. Kree supremacy once per turn with all characters with this trait. When a friendly character that's adjacent or has a Kree keyword hits, action total +1. If the character is both adjacent and has the Kree keyword, action total +2 instead. And he's got leadership and running shot, aim cap, and telekinesis. So he's kind of a multi-tool for 50 points. He's a little bit squishy for 50 points, but he's got telekinesis, so. And this is his sculpt. He's shooting something right there. Got some energy shot coming out of his hand. That's the Jan Rog. You see the front of his card. Did I show you? Front, back, Jan Rog. Okay. We've got like 4 or 5 more to go. Oh, here we go, guys. I got Ronin. Just what I've been wanting. Yes, it's awesome. I got Ronin. Here's the sculpt. Very cool. He's holding that hammer. I saw on Facebook somebody commented he combos pretty well with Mjolnir. Pretty excited to do that combo. I think that's pretty cool. There's his card. Look at the back of his card. He is, how many points? He's 100 points. This is cool. I'm glad I got him. So let's read his powers. If power, Kree supremacy, you stand accused. Power, if no friendly character has been placed this turn, choose an opposing character that dealt damage to a friendly character that's adjacent or has the Kree keyword since your last turn. Place Ronin adjacent to that opposing character. Then make a close attack that deals penetrating damage targeting that character. So he can retaliate, pretty much, as a power action retaliation. But that's still amazing, because you can place him anywhere. So he retaliates against people who have dealt damage to a friendly character that's adjacent or has the Kree keyword. Alright, so either they have to be adjacent, or if you're just playing all Kree. So Kree is going to be a pretty cool team ability, team keyword. If you make a Kree team, then that synergizes pretty well. Place Ronin adjacent to that opposing character, then make a close attack, and that close attack deals penetrating damage, which is really cool. So it's not just a vanilla attack. If you stand with the guilty, you will share their fate. So he's got a damage power that says that, and that's a close combat expert. When Ronin uses it and hits after resolutions, he may use it again at no cost to target a character he hasn't hit this turn. He may repeat this if he keeps hitting. I don't know if they, I guess they haven't learned from Hawkeye that repeating attacks is kind of broken, but it's still cool. I'll definitely use it. So he can just use Close Combat Expert over and over again as long as he keeps hitting other characters. That's what combos with Mjolnir, because his range is 7, so if he can use Close Combat Expert at a 7 range and then keep doing it over and over again to other characters, which is pretty broken. Sounds really fun to use. He's 100 points, so he's kind of a brick too. He's got sidestep and Pensai, 18 invincible defense and 4 damage, and then even on his lower dial, he gains prob and flurry. So you can look at his stats once again for 100 points. It's pretty solid for 100 points. So we'll just building a Kree army here. Definitely gonna whip out my Supreme Intelligence and play a game with Supreme Intelligence and Ronin and all the Kree soldiers and stuff. It's gonna be really cool. All right, let's see if I can get any. Let's see if I can get any shield people now. I'm looking for Phil Coulson. I want the Phil Coulson that carries. He's got the Zephyr, and I want the Nick Fury. All right. Oh, we got Minerva. I'm getting a lot of Kree here. Minerva. Who's that? Let's say Minerva. She's 75 points. Oh, she's pretty good. I like her. I'm looking at her already. Set number 11. Friendly characters that are adjacent or have the Kree keyword have protected outwit on their speed powers. If that friendly character is both adjacent and has the Kree keyword, they also have protected outwit on their attack powers. That's cool. And she is Cosmic and Scientist and Kree. She has Running Shot and Pensai and 3 damage with probability. She starts out with 17 invincible, so she's pretty tough. Pretty good attacker for 75 points. I like her. She's good. Get closer. That's Minerva. Show you. Show you Minerva's sculpt. Okay, next one. All right, we got another Jan Rog, so that's a double. I'll show you him right there with the shooting arm. Okay, Jan Rog, that's a double. Put him to the side. Lots of Kree. This is a very Kree heavy box. Gravity feed. Let's see. Ooh, yes, I got the Zephyr. I got Phil Coulson with the Zephyr. So this is Phil Coulson number 18. Set number 18, Phil Coulson. There he is. Very similar sculpt to the other Phil Coulson. But he starts with, instead of 3 tradecraft tokens, he starts with 5. As his trait, free, remove a tradecraft token to choose a standard damage power from Phil Coulson to use until your next turn. So he can use prob, he can use perplex, he can use outwit. You can choose a damage power for him to use. He also has another trait, Energy Shield Deflection. Free, remove a tradecraft token to choose an adjacent character. Until the next turn, that character can use Energy Shield Deflection if they are adjacent to Phil Coulson. So he protects all of your other characters with Energy Shield. That's pretty cool. His attack power, no, sorry, his movement power, speed power. His first, he's got a special on his first click. It says Zephyr 1, Stealth, Flying, Carry 4. Phil Coulson does not modify his speed value from use of the carry ability. So he is not only a really good protector, but he's a taxi. And he has 2 team abilities, Avengers Initiative and Shield, which are really good team abilities. You can see them right there. So he's a taxi for 4. He can provide support and defense to your team. And he's not a bad attacker either. He's just really good. Oh, and then lastly, he's got a stop click. It's a magical place. Stop when this power is first revealed. Remove all tradecraft tokens and heal Phil Coulson that many clicks. So if you didn't use all your tradecraft tokens, he comes back to life. And you can heal him past his stop click, so then he'll be really hard to get rid of. So it's Phil Coulson. We'll put him right there. You can see him right there. Let's see his card again. All right, let's see if we can. Looking for now. Let's see if we can get the Nick Fury, the higher point one. Then I will be totally satisfied. But I am actually satisfied because I got a lot of good pulls already. I'm really happy with this gravity feed. I'm glad I got Ronan and Phil Coulson. All right, so we have another Kree Soldier. So that is another generic, which I always like to have more generics. So I'm gonna play an army of Kree Soldiers. There you go. I have more Kree Soldiers. Okay, there she is, the Kree Soldier. Let's see what else we got. This is Atlas. We have another Atlas. At last, we have Atlas. Okay, that was dumb. All right, but there he is, Atlas. I think it's a guy. All right. So we already opened him, so I'm just putting him aside. We have the other Captain Marvel, Shifting Focus. I was wondering if we were going to get her. This is one, she deals penetrating damage. We'll show you her card in a second. So this is Captain Marvel, Shifting Focus, set number 010, set number 10, okay? She's got that green suit, kind of like in the movie. I know in the movie they changed her suit color and everything, and I think it's actually pretty cool. So you have 2 different suit colors in this gravity feed. So Shifting Focus, free if Captain Marvel began your turn on the map, replace her with another character with this trait. Attack power, penetrating psychic blast with 3 targets. When Captain Marvel uses it after resolutions, any hit targets that didn't take damage from the attack are dealt 1 penetrating damage. So it's kind of like that Quake, but I like this one better because you can triple target 3 characters on the map if you can set it up that way. Then you can deal all your damage to 1 target and 0 damage to the other 2 targets. And if you do that, then you're getting 2 extra free damage because you're dealing them 1 penetrating each for those targets that didn't take damage from the attack. And she's got running shot with 3 damage and invulnerability. There's her stats. She's 100 points. She's the range attacker counterpart to the red Captain Marvel, which was the close attacker. There's red and green. And there she is. I'll put her right there. Step aside, Phil Coulson. There she is. Okay. Is this the last one? Let me see. This is the last one, folks. So let's see what we get. Hopefully something good. Looks like another scroll technician. So that is a that's the one that outwits and has TK and has the scroll team ability. Okay, so pretty good pulls. I really am liking these pulls. Very happy with them. There he is. So I'm Tlish. Let me, I guess, focus on me here. I'm Tlish. Have a good day. Don't forget to roast your opponents and push through the day. This was Coffee and Clicks. Don't forget to give us a like on Facebook. No, sorry, not Facebook. A like on YouTube or subscribe. And I'll see you later.